All right, thank you to everyone for coming to the weekly press conference with Western Michigan football head coach Lance Taylor. Coach Taylor will start with an opening statement regarding the game against Illinois and upcoming MAC opener at home against Toledo on Saturday.
After going back and reviewing our film from Saturday in the Illinois game, but also our first two games, there were several takeaways in our strengths and weaknesses. One thing that I challenged our team with after the game was the discipline to just do your job, not try to do too much or too little, trusting the man next to you to do his job. The next is stop beating ourselves with critical penalties. We've made too many errors in critical situations. We have to clean that up. And then third, we haven't played a full game of football, 4 quarters of football yet. We've put together halves, 2.5 quarters, but our best football is still in front of us. The positives that stuck out to me were this team is really close. When we do our job, when we're disciplined, really good plays happen offensively and defensively. We're not doing that consistently enough, but we are really close. Close is not good enough. Close is not what we're working for. We want to be great. I know our team will attack it. Thought they came in Sunday, really attacked the day of preparation. We reviewed the game film and also talked about our next opponent, which is Toledo. Our guys are really excited to open MAC play against Toledo here at home. Great game day environment. We'll be rocking Saturday against Waldo, against a really good football team.
Coach, the defense has really shown up against two Big Ten opponents, particularly the first half of the Illinois game and then the second half against Michigan State. What is it about that group that has led to that success? And then, with more offensive production to see that more consistently without them having to, take breaks or lose reps and stuff.
Defensively, right now, we're a defense that creates havoc plays. Sacks, TFLs, knockbacks, forced fumbles, interceptions. Those have been the positives that you've seen. I think our defense has played really well. You asked why. It's a collective group. Starting with our coaches, Coach O'Leary and our defense staff have done an excellent job with the scheme, opponent prep, making sure that we have a great plan. But then our players have gone out and executed. We also have playmakers at all three levels of the defense, and those guys really shine when we do our job. And I think those are the things that have stuck out. On defense, we have played well, but we've still got to be more consistent even on that side of the ball.
Two linebackers that have seen the majority of the snaps are both transfers in James Camden and Cefa. What has led to their kind of instant impact, especially with Cefa, who's two-time, three-time national championship at Ferris State, but also wasn't here in the spring, just kind of slotted right in.
Cefa and James have done an excellent job. One coming in, being a great teammate, working hard, leading by example, mastering the defensive scheme, and then bonding with their teammates. I think they've done an excellent job, bonding with each other, but that bleeds over to our defense. And I think you're starting to see that on the field. Both of those guys have played in a lot of football, a lot of really quality football, and that has showed as well.
Your guys' passing game has been not a ton of volume, and I know that for you guys, running the ball kind of comes first. I guess for you, what kind of steps do you want to see to be maybe a little more effective or maybe more explosive, and that part being something that maybe can cause a little more damage while not necessarily being like it's going to be maybe an efficient low volume thing, but what can the passing game kind of do to be more effective?
As I met with our coaches this week and really reviewed the last 3 weeks and where we're at, strengths and weaknesses, that was one of the areas we talked about. We have to improve in the pass game, especially explosive plays, run and pass. And we can do that, one, by helping, the right scheme, right opponent prep, and do a great job to put our best players in position to make those plays. But we also have to have 11 guys on the field doing their job.
And is that something where you're kind of you want to be effective and explosive passing the ball, but you're kind of, if you're running the ball okay, you're kind of okay to maybe let that be the secondary part of it and like run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, and let that come along?
I believe you have to have both. We want to be balanced. We want to run and pass. You can't just run the football and be one-handed, one-sided, one-dimensional. Defenses will take that away from you. And so we want to be balanced. I think you saw in the first game we had some explosive passes down the field, and really we've got to continue to work to make sure that we're balanced and we have explosives from a run game and pass game. I will say we're much improved, offensively, especially our offensive line. I think they've made a ton of growth and improvement from game 1 to game 3. Really excited about where that group is right now, and I know from a total offense standpoint, we'll get those things corrected.
Well, that was my next one with the offensive line. It looked tough on the stat sheet against Illinois, but that's a very good defense and a really good team in the trenches. How did you feel they managed to hold up? I mean, communication and doing assignments, and against a really good defense from maybe the best one you'll play all year.
Number 9 team in the country, really good defense, well coached, smart, simple, sound. Our O-line did a really nice job in pass protection and in the run game. It's tough against that front with those players against a Big Ten opponent running the football. But I thought Brock came in and made some plays with his legs. We were able to get some of the run game going and able to move the ball down the field. I think the thing that we have to do on offense is be able to finish drives. We've been able to move the ball effectively. We haven't finished drives well enough and scored points. Ultimately, yards doesn't equal points. So it doesn't matter if you go all the way down the field if we don't get any points. So we got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone.
Coach, Brock got the majority of the snaps in the Illinois game. It looked like throwing the football, he looked a little more comfortable throwing the football. How did you grade him out in the pass plays? We know he can run, but how about his passing?
Brock did really well on Saturday. I thought he came in, took advantage of his opportunity. When he came in the game, he operated the offense efficiently and effectively. From a pass game standpoint, we were able to really work some really nice concepts that he knows really well, really comfortable with. I think you saw that in that game. And so from a run game and pass game grade, he graded out really well from the game. He continues to make plays. And our offense, just like we talked about with our offense, he has to find a way, we have to find a way to be able to score and put points on the board as we make those drives. And I think you saw that in the North Texas game. He was able to complete some of those drives, score points, keep drives going.
How about Brady? How's he coming along in his growth in that position?
Brady is growing each week. I think one of the things that we all understood as we, came out of training camp, Brady is really talented. He is really talented, got great arm talent, really good in the pass game, and more effective in the run game than we've probably shown in the first 3 games. I think we've got to do that more with Brady to allow him to use his skill set. He can run the football, so we have to do that more with him. But I also think in his first game, he wasn't able to get confidence or rhythm because of the pass protection. Those are things that we have cleaned up from there, and so now he's got to just work on the fundamentals of knowing where the ball should go and being on time and great feet in the pocket.
Raheem Anderson came in and played center when Jeremy Schleicher went out. How did Raheem perform there at the center spot?
Raheem came in and played extremely well for us. It was tough when Jeremy Schleicher went down. Jeremy was playing at a really high level. To lose your starting center there in the game was tough. It's always tough, but I thought Raheem came in, played really well. He played, I think, 30-something snaps in that game. Did a really nice job making the calls, getting everybody lined up, everybody on the same page, and from a run game and pass protection standpoint, he graded out really well. Really excited what he did.
How's Jeremy?
Yeah, we had 2 injuries in the game, Jeremy Schleicher and then also Noah Bishop. Don't know anything yet, waiting on test results from both of them. Talking to our trainers after, there was positive news or positive hopes as we came into this week, so we'll know more as we go this week.
Coach Toledo apparently has a high-powered offense. They put 60 on Morgan State. Can you talk about them?
Yeah. Toledo is a really good football team. Coach Candle does an excellent job. I think what you see from Toledo is, they're well coached, they're disciplined, and they have playmakers in all 3 phases. They do a really nice job. They're one of the top in the conference in offense and defense. They score a bunch of points. I think their quarterback, Gleason, does a really nice job. He's a guy who's played a bunch, has great experience, is really good in the run game and pass game, makes smart decisions, and does not put the ball in jeopardy.
Yeah, they've got some weapons too on offense. Running back, transfer from Kentucky. They got Trayvon Rudolph from Northern Illinois. They got a lot of weapons. How do you go about defending a team like that?
They've got really great weapons on offense. Their running back transferred from Ohio State, Chip Trainham. Know him really well, recruited him when I was at Notre Dame. Great kid, great family. He's playing really well for them. On the perimeter, they always have skill and speed. That's one of the things that Coach Kendall and his staff do a really nice job of. They do a great job in evaluating and recruiting, but also in developing. And that's why, for 10 years, he's been one of the best in the league.
Have you been able to follow much of the MAC teams here in the early going? Do you see anything that jumps out at you?
I have not.
What do you think the imprint of the Mid-American Conference is within the FBS right now?
I think the MAC is always a strong brand within football, period. There's really good players, really good teams and coaches, and with MACtion on Tuesday and Wednesday night, there's a lot of eyeballs on you. And so with those three things, I think we're well positioned. I think we have a great leader in our commissioner, and excited about our future.
I did want to ask about Cole. I know he was dressed out for North Texas, and I don't know if he traveled for you guys for Illinois. I was just curious where he's at. I know he's kind of behind the eight ball, just being hurt through camp, of where he's at and kind of, is it still kind of banged up or just kind of cracking the rotation?
Cole played in the game versus Illinois. He played in 6 plays, still working back from injury, but he's almost 100% healthy.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.